my name is Linda and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about planners. So a little bit of context. I guess I'm a bit of an old soul when it comes to planning, and I guess if you're watching this you are as well. But I'm not a fan of online calendars, Google calendars, whatever the Mac version is. I don't even know the name. I guess it's iCalendar. But yeah, I'm much more a fan of the old school handwritten planners. And I'm not a fan of these journals out of some cool hippie trend. It just makes much more sense to me to have a place where I can jot down something as soon as it comes up so I don't forget. I'm not always going to have access to my phone or the internet, nor do I always want to be on my phone or the internet, and so this just works for me a lot better. No way am I saying that I'm anti-Google calendars or anything like that. If that works for you, that's totally great, and a ton of my friends who are the most organized people I know use those systems and it works great for them, but it just doesn't work for me. So today I'm just going to be sharing some of my thoughts on what planners work for me, what I'm looking for in planners, and how I use my journals. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So ever since I graduated from high school, I've had to use my own planners, and so I started off with purchasing a Moleskine, and this one right here is the first Moleskine I purchased. I've been out of high school for, I guess, like 3 years now, a little bit more than 3 years, and so these are the planners that I've used. So since I've been a Moleskine user, I thought I would give you all a little intro to Moleskines. There are 4 types of Moleskine planners. There is a daily planner, a weekly planner, a monthly planner, and an 18th month planner, which works like a weekly planner. I only use weekly planners, and I'll talk about this 18th month weekly as well. In weekly planners, the 2-page spread fills up 1 week, and I feel like that's the right amount of space that I need to plan things. Then there are 5 different sizes. There is an extra small, a pocket, a slim, a large, and an extra large. I always use a large. So the first planner I started out with right out of high school was this, which is the 18-month weekly planner. This is actually my favorite planner that they make, but unfortunately they no longer make it. It's called the Turntable, and I'll show you reasons why I like it. And this will be relevant later on throughout the video because I do encourage you to search for things that you like in a planner and not to be limited by what is immediately out in the market. So this planner is called the Turntable because you could hold it this way or you can turn it this way to write things. And what I loved about this planner was the amount of open space you have to write freely. Like I said, a 2-page spread fills up a week with Saturday and Sunday split over here. And this is an 18-month, meaning it starts in the month of July and it goes on until December. So the great thing about this is if you are just getting into planning and it's the summertime or not the beginning of the year, this would be a great place to start. But once you're at December, if you would like to continue with planners, you pretty much never return to the 18th month and always start with just your classic monthly. And yeah, I love this planner, but 1, they don't even make it anymore, and 2, I could not return to 18-month planners anyway. In the back of every Moleskine there's a little flap over here, and I've just used that to store some bits and bobs. And that's it. This is made out of leather, I believe, and it's really, really sturdy if you imagine that I've used this entire planner for a year and some more. So this is the planner I used for 2015, and it is the Moleskine weekly planner, and this is the style that they carry now for pretty much all of their planners. And the way it works is one side has the dates from Monday through Sunday with Saturday and Sunday sharing, and then this side has a lined page where you can just write notes or whatever. And I was originally attracted to this because there are some things that just are general for the week that I could put on one side, So I would do that, or I could just, doodle or like put things on the page. And yeah, so this might be an option for you. I stuck with it through the whole year, but what I realized by the end of the year was that I would always like put goals that I had for the week on this side, but I would just never look at them, and so from week to week I would just keep transferring from this page to this page to this page, and I would never get them done. And what was nice about the planner I had the year before was that if I even had a goal for a week, I was forced to assign it a day, and if I didn't do it that day, I would write it again for the next day, and that process of rewriting it really made me work on them because I was constantly reminded of them rather than keeping them on a page and then saying, oh, I didn't do that this week, let me just transfer it to next week and do it next week. So I didn't really like this style of planner, but unfortunately Moleskine only carries planners with this format in them for this size, and so I found that Moleskine no longer makes something that satisfies these 4 categories. Their weekly planners, which were size large, were only this kind, aka they did not have 1 week fill up 2 pages, and there was not completely white space. So I was really hesitant to break away from Moleskine, but I did. I'm using this planner for the year 2016. I found it online from a Korean stationery brand, and for the most part I'm satisfied, and I'll show you what's inside. It's got great material, and it's built kind of like a Moleskine, which is interesting. It even has this little engraved part, but it has the name of its brand instead. So when you open it up, it doesn't have all those pages in the beginning like Moleskine does, which I really liked in Moleskine, so that was kind of sad, but it has a monthly page, and then it jumps right in. And the cool thing about this planner is it's undated, so you could use it for any year pretty much, so you go in and you can circle, and it's very customizable in that way. So this is what the weekly spread looks like. As you can see, it fits that criteria of having a lot of white space. Once again, you can put the dates in, so it's really customizable. And there's a lot of space to write things, and I really like that. And it pretty much just looks like that throughout. There's nothing too fancy, and then at the end there's a ton of note pages, but they're also ruled, which was something I didn't know about. For the most part, I like this. It was pretty inexpensive, and it came surprisingly quickly from something that shipped from South Korea. But the one thing I don't like is its size. Compared to a Moleskine large, it is a lot smaller. It's not as small as the Moleskine extra small, which I believe is the size of the Moleskine, which has the white space and has the 1 week across 2 pages spread. So it's a little bit bigger than that, but it's still pretty small. I'll keep you updated on whether I decide to return to Moleskine or not. And now just a few notes about accessories. For my Moleskine, I usually use these pens, which are these Stabilo .88 fine tip pens, and I've had these 3 for years and they're still not out of ink, so I think they're really great. Their tips look like this. But I think because I'm moving to a smaller size notebook, I would like to use only .38 mm pens moving forward. So these are an example of 2 of them that I have, but I am going to be stocking up on more. I'm not sure exactly what brand I should be getting them from, so if you have any suggestions for a good .38 mm pen, please send them my way. I know Muji makes some, and I know that Pilot does as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something in this video, and please comment in the comment section down below what planners work for you, what you like in planners, and just your thoughts in general. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!